Now, guys, Nick, how can I not go to you? What do you think when you hear that?
I don't know, man. It's just, first of all, he considers it success that nobody's punching people on the sideline. Like, you're comparing yourself to what happened in Washington earlier this season. Like, we good now. We head in the right direction because people don't got golf clubs in the locker room and ain't nobody punching each other on the sideline. Like, to me, you build a culture with your actions. You don't convince people of a culture by doing all this high school rah-rah stuff that he does. And I know he says that that's not what he's doing, but it feels like he is kind of trying to project something that he can't yet because he doesn't have the credentials. Like, in all the things that I heard him say, at no point did I hear him, and maybe I missed this part, but at no point did I hear him take any responsibility and talk about what he's got to do better. Like, you got this job before you have, like, the traditional credentials in this situation. So you don't have the pelts on the wall to be talking about what you know and how things supposed to be and how you're going to get the right people and how things need to be done. Like, you don't have that yet. You are not Bill Belichick. Like, you need to be coming from a place of we are working to get better. I have things that I need to get better on. The players are fighting hard for me. We are disappointed in this season. You can't convince people that you are building some sort of culture. You have to do it with your actions.
Yeah, Swagoo, if you're in that locker room, how do you take this? Because I was just mystified. I wanted to do this segment because I just didn't understand why he's saying these things.
We can't explain it to you.
Well, how I take it is if I play for the Giants, I'm looking for one of them 31 other teams to see if they got any spots on their roster, number one, based on what's happening in New York. And the second thing is when Joe Judge speaks like that, he got to realize, bro, you have no clout in the game. To Fox's point, like you standing up talking about a culture, we don't know if you can even build a damn culture. You are 10-22, bro. That is a bad culture. Okay, we watching Zach Taylor right now go to the playoffs. I thought Zach Taylor was gonna get fired, but he's built something over there. You can start to see things materialize. Even last year, before things started to materialize, and there's a lot of blame to go around. And look, when we had this New York Giants conversation, first and foremost, I know Joe Judge is on the hot seat. The New York Giants ownership need to decide what direction they want this football team to go. Right? It's been coaches been fired. They done had assistants. Jason Garrett had just left Dallas where he couldn't score 10 points on you, and you hire him as the offensive coordinator. So it's a lot of things. But organizationally, from the ownership issue in New York is they have to figure out how to let football people make these decisions. Not Gettleman and not Joe Judge. They need to figure out people that's done it in this league at a very high level, or they can holler at Louis Riddick and he can get things fixed in New York.
There you go. Right. Jeff Saturday, by the way, has been shaking his head for about 10 minutes. Just a constant stream of Jeff.
Bro, I do not understand this even a little bit. Like tough guys don't last in the NFL. Like if he watched Bill Belichick ain't tough with the media, right? Like, he's tough in his locker room. The conversations that have to be had need to be had in your locker room. And by the way, you know what builds culture? Winning. That's what builds culture for guys. He's like, man, players want to stay here. They want to be. Yeah, why do they want to stay there, man? Because they know the losing don't matter. Hey, I don't have to win. I can still stick around and get paid. That's why they want to stick around, bro. If you got guys coming to your office saying, I want to stick here winning 4 games a season, I don't want them dudes on my team. I'm just going to be clear with everybody. They better want to win, not just hang around. I mean, this is an embarrassment of what he's talking about on here. I don't even understand in a little bit. Guys come to my office telling me they want to stay here. Who wants to stay here winning 4 games? I was miserable the one game we didn't have Peyton Manning. We lost 2 games. I mean, we won 2 games. I was freaking miserable, bro. I would have signed up to leave. If we can't win, I don't want to be there. If we're winning 4 and you want to stay there, hey, Joe, you want to find another guy, bro. Just letting you know.
Man, hold on, Jeff. Them checks still clearing. I'll ride it out. Them checks still clearing. We take a couple of hits.
Yeah, hey, I would too. Now,
is
at
Merritt
45, I'll hang around for that.
45. Graz, where do we go from here?
What was that?
Where do we go from here? I mean, he says it's not a clown show organization. It shows an overwhelming lack of self-awareness. Where do we go from here if you're the Giants?
He's trying to convince us that before you can win on the field, you have to build a foundation, and you can't see the foundation we're building. That's the point he's trying to make. Swagu's comparison is a good one. If Joe Judge is back next year, he needs a third season like the one Zach Taylor just had. Because you go back a year, there was nothing to like about what Zach Taylor was putting together in Cincinnati, and now all of a sudden there is. If Judge can pull that off, then maybe we're talking about something.
Well, get him and left him with Daniel Jones, so good luck.
Hey, let me just say this. The clown organization beat him the first time, might beat him the second time. They throwing punches on the sideline, they're still winning. I wouldn't be throwing the clowns having fights on the sideline because they already beat you one time.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.